Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Body and Soul Expo podcast, your go-to source for holistic health and wellness. I'm your host, Bruce Starr. Mark your calendars and join us on Sunday, October 26th, 2025 at the beautiful Palm Beach Gardens Marriott, because it's going to be an absolutely incredible day, a truly transformational day you won't want to miss. We're proud to have sold way over 60 incredible vendor spaces in just 6 short weeks. Most vendors are also powerful, innovative speakers, and they'll be sharing profound insights into a world of new and tried and true healing modalities, products, and services. You'll just have to be there to discover it all for yourself. The Expo is a culmination of Lauren's nearly 3 decades in the health and wellness arena and owning spas, and my 4 decades following her around, but also being in the entertainment industry, from Hollywood talent agent and manager to television, podcasting, and radio since 1993. For all the latest updates, information, and exciting news and special announcements, please look for and follow our Body and Soul Expo Facebook site. And for a deeper dive into what our expo will offer, definitely visit our bodyandsoulexpo.org website and take the time to investigate all you will see there. Today, we have another inspiring episode of the Body and Soul podcast where we will showcase the incredible talents, experiences, and knowledge of the wonderful vendors who will be appearing at the expo. So after losing her husband to brain cancer and surviving her own brain tumor, both linked to electronic radiation, Sherinata Pollock vowed to turn pain into purpose. And in 2015, she founded Carelia Creations, a woman-owned brand creating high vibrational, handcrafted jewelry that shields against EMF radiation from 5G, Wi-Fi, and electronics. Now, how important is that? And it's going to become more and more important as time goes on. Blending over a decade of expertise with deep compassion, she empowers others to find clarity, calm, and protection so they can thrive in a digital world. You're doing great work. Welcome to the show, Sherinata.
Thank you. It's very exciting to be here. I'm so super psyched about the Body and Soul Expo.
Yeah, we're real excited too. It's going to be, we're so excited that we decided to do another event next April, a 2-day event. So we're not wasting any time here.
No, just keep the ball rolling.
That's right. So, Sherinata, tell me about the young you, where you grew up, and how you first decided to get into the work that you're doing now.
Okay, Bruce. Well, I am actually a born and raised South Floridian, one of the few, the rare, and the shocking, amazingly. This is what we look like. And from the South Florida area, born and raised in Hollywood, Florida, and pretty much lived here my whole life in Florida. And by trade, I'm a sound healer, energy healer, and life coach, and now I do that as a hobby because my full-time business, because we need to understand on a global level how important it is to the toxic energy that is coming from our computers or Wi-Fi and the 5G. And it's getting more challenging to find this information online unless you really dig for it, because it is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And, so they don't really, they're just not really doing the due diligence that we need to do out there. So, I think it's really important to be grassroots about this. I've been speaking about this. Is our 10-year anniversary this year. And we've been doing it for 10 years. And that's kind of what happened. My first husband As you said, he passed away with a glioblastoma brain tumor, the most aggressive brain tumor you can get. He was an electrician. He was only 32 years old when he was diagnosed and died. And within, a couple months, he was gone, and leaving me with my 1-year-old son. Well, I didn't understand this back then. Well, what's the importance and significance about him being an electrician? Well, come to find out, because that was back in 1999. So fast forward to 2013, 14, I was getting my own headaches and I wasn't feeling well. I was doing my Facebook lives, and I'm this little office. I'm really excited about what I'm doing, and I got all this technology around me, just like we all do. And and I was actually talking about EMF radiation a little bit, but mostly as energy healer. And but I was getting headaches. I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling lethargic. And then somebody said to me, "Oh, you're surrounded by all this electricity, all this electronics." And so then I started digging for information. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And so that was when it really came to me. And I'm like, wow, if I want to be a clear channel in what I'm doing and feeling better, then I need to understand what's going on here with all this, because this is not the biological field, all this technology. We are a biological field connected to this earth, the moon, the stars, the trees, the water ebbing and flowing. This chaotic energy is pretty much, that's all it is electronics is chaotic energy. That's what I want you to think about. It's stressful energy that does not serve your body. Just like if you're stressed out, it's no different. If you're a negative thinker, it's no different. If you're drinking bad water, it's no different. So at that point, I found a study that said that electricians actually, back in the 80s, they did a study that they had the highest rate of glioblastoma brain tumors than any other occupation. And wow, that was a real eye opener. So guess what? Today they still don't have a cure for that glio. It is one of the number one killers of cancers and for children between 0 to 20 years old, and they still don't have a cure for it. And they do have a high rise. It's rising. This type of tumor is on the rise, and just like colon cancer, and we like, where is it coming from? Where are we putting our cell phone? So it's really important for us to think about the biology of our body. They're not doing the studies. The due diligence is not there. And it's just rolling out faster and faster and faster. So needless to say, I found out with those headaches, I didn't know it, but at that point in time, 1 year after I built my home office, I had a 1 centimeter tumor that was growing from my home office. And fast forward to 2022, 2022, 2020, 2021, I apologize. 2021 is when I had my emergency brain tumor surgery. And when they pulled that out and they did the biopsy, we rolled it back. And it was exactly 10 years from that time. I was 1 year after I built my home office. That's exactly when I was having the headaches, the fatigue, everything that was going on. And that's exactly when I said, wow, at that point in time, rolling it back, we said, wow, it's a 1 centimeter tumor. The type that I had was a meningioma type 2. Very rare for somebody my age, and as a woman, usually Black men over 60. I have none of those. Or they usually get it, or people who are surrounded by a lot of radiation. And that's the kicker. Usually we get a type 1. So why is this important, and what can we do about it? And that's why it's a mission for me to say, wow, this affected me twice in my life. I did not want this to happen to my kids, my children, or anybody else that I knew. And so that's why I really, as a passion, truly a passion of mine, to build this business, so people understand that, what, you may not see the information out there, but you know how you feel, what you're seeing, what's going on in your biology of your body, of your children's body, and the environment that we're living in, and even the animals that we love so much, is to protect them and neutralize them with the right tools from people that you can trust. And
Wow.
there you have it, in a
So
mouthful.
that's that's fantastic. This is something we all need to know. We're all around electricity. We're all around our computers. Were you able to figure out what the biggest culprit was, or was it just everything?
I'm going to say this. Okay, yes. For me personally, unfortunately, the study for electricians is that, they're surrounded by this is what they're working with all the time. So that's a different story. And they say that, electricians, that studies show that after 10 years, they have a 10 times the amount of 10 times the what do you call it that they're able to get a brain tumor. So how did I say it? I just said that incorrectly, but an increase in brain tumors. So they have a 10 times result of getting a brain tumor after even being in the business for 10 years as electricians. So they have to be very careful. But for people like us, everyday people in this field, I just being around it and being raised by it, I think for me, what happened, especially, and this is why I like all about home offices and taking care of our home office and building a home that's safe, because my home office at that time was off of my bedroom. And so I had a small home office, and in there was my Wi Fi router. Just this is typical for the average person anymore. They have their Wi-Fi routers in their bedrooms, in their home offices. They're working out of it. They're working in it. They're sleeping off of that area also. So my body, we know that sleeping when we go to sleep, that's our restoration. That's when we rehabilitate our health back if we're in a healthy atmosphere. I never was. So therefore, I was in this toxic environment that was breeding this happening. And even though I started neutralizing radiation and I learned about it, I started talking about it maybe 2 years after I was feeling better. That's when I found out about how we can take care of ourselves and this and that. So that was like in 2022, 23. Yeah, 2013, 14. And but it was too late. My brain tumor was already growing. I couldn't stop it, but I didn't know I had one either. So half the time we don't even know we have one. So it's not, and here's my whole thing. It's not about fear, but it's about being smarter than our smart electronics, it's about learning how we can adapt, just like we do with, putting on a seatbelt, teaching our children, how to be to be in a healthier environment and safer and to raise our children this way and to raise our families and just be aware, because awareness is the key to everything, isn't it? Usually they say when we know better, we do better. It doesn't always happen, but I do believe in that.
So I know one of the things that I do, and I bet you a lot of other people do this as well, is they charge their phone at night and they put it, sort of arm's distance to themselves in bed. And I do it. And I know it's not right. And it's definitely not right, is it?
Nope, I do not. Although, I do sell tools, the pyramids, the stickers that go on the back of the phones, that neutralize the radiation. We create everything in house. So, I believe that when you have the right tools, you're using it properly, just like anything else. If you touch the burner on the stove, you're going to get burned. If you're not wearing the sunscreen, you're going to get burned. So you just need to understand how to use it. Sure, you're going to go out in the sun in the morning and in the evenings, but prime time, or when you're sleeping or when you have it on your body, you got to neutralize that radiation that's coming from it or use it properly.
So just the other day, I was driving down US 1. I won't say where because it's not good. And I see they're constructing a school, and it's right next to one of those mini power plants. It's like a lot of energy right there. And I'm saying to myself, that can't be good that they're building a school right next to a power plant.
Bruce, this is what's happening. And what's even worse is that the school boards get money back and get reimbursement from the FCC when they can actually place a 5G tower on their property, on the school property. So nobody is thinking about this, and it breaks my heart. And it's a passion, and it's something that people need to understand. I send people the links, and here, go there if anybody wants them. There's one for It's about safe technology, responsible, I can send you the link. We can put it on this if we would like. I think it's Americans for Responsible Technology or something like that. And yeah, and they teach you how to literally go through litigation or to get something started, all the right things to say, all and to talk to, go to your cities, go to your states, and how to fight it. But once it's up, it's really hard to take down. Firefighters actually have found that firefighters have high rates of brain tumors because they often have tons of 5D cell towers on top of fire the firefighters' buildings. And there was a whole thing in California where they fought it and they found it and they actually did research on that. So they were able. It's very rare, but once it's up, you can fight it before it's up. So you just have to find out about it and get it up. Down is, that's a whole nother story.
That's good advice. That's very good.
Mhm.
So, uh, at the expo, what can people expect when they pass your booth and they see you and they see that beautiful smile? And what kind of interaction are you going to have with them? Are you giving them anything? Are you selling anything? Anything goes, by the way.
Oh, I love expos and things like this. First of all, I think it's important. I'll be wearing a shirt, and on the back of it, I'm going to actually have a little QR code where it says we're going. I'm not sure the slogan I'm going to put on it because I used to have a bunch of them, and where we will be testing your phone to see how it affects your body. And guess what? Not every single person you're going to find that it weakens their system, but I would say about 80% to 90% of people it does weaken their system and you can see the difference. But, I wear this shirt, brain tumor would give 0 stars if I could, very bad. I do not recommend. So, I really hope that you look for this shirt and you come on by and, get your cell phone tested with us. We're going to be, of course, having specials. I'm going to have a raffle, a spin the wheel, so I love giveaways. And I'm like all into fun, anything that's about fun, because this is a serious business, very serious about talking about what I do, but I love it and I love having fun because there's nothing in life. It's what's the purpose if you're not having fun with people and humanity and smiling and laughing?
Excellent. So, have you been able to narrow down what you're going to speak about at the expo?
Ooh, there's so many good topics. I think I'm going to um, I'm not sure. I might talk about my M&Ms and give out some M&Ms at the time. The M&Ms of EMF sensitivity and symptoms and how we get started and how to recognize symptoms in your body and where it comes from. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, and go into some other details. And of course, Q&A because people have lots of questions about it all the time. So I think that that's the angle I'm going to go. What do you think? You think
I think
is
it's
it
great. I think the more information you put out about a subject nobody wants to talk about, the better it's going to be.
Thank you. Yeah. So I do look forward to it and I'm excited because I love speaking with people and I think it's just so, so important for people to know. Some people don't think about their pets too. That's one thing, we do sell pet charms and things like that for the pets, but so many times, our animals, they're so susceptible to this EMF radiation, just like children. And the cats are laying on top of the laptops on the desks and just everywhere, and I'm like, oh, it drives me crazy. But anyway, yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing. We make everything in house, so I want people to know that we will have all the stickers for the cell phones
Excellent.
we create in house.
Excellent.
um, we are the innovators of the smartwatch band that neutralizes radiation that's coming from your smartwatch. So if you're a smartwatch wearer, you want to come over to our booth for sure, because you will be able to get the smartwatch bands, and we have many to choose from. Which is exciting because now we have some copycats out there, but we have a large variety and it's very exciting. We also, because I have EMS. Do you know what EMS is, Bruce?
Um, I don't know. I don't know what the letters stand for, but I know basically what it is.
Okay, so yeah, electromagnetic sensitivity, or they call it also hypersensitivity. And I have that. And I think that often many of us do have it. So when I'm working on my mouse and using my computer, I often will get tinglies in my fingers. And or sometimes I'll even feel it. I used to feel it in my elbows. I thought it was bursitis, but it's not. And it ended up being the radiation, the energy that was coming out of the Bluetooth, or just even the corded mice, and the keyboards. And just laying my hands on the keyboard without them being protected, without a sticker or without a bracelet, I literally thought I had bursitis. And then I put it together because the days that I was on the computer, I didn't have it. So I made this ring, which we sell, and it's a hot seller because so many people are like, wow, why does my finger tingle? Why does my finger hurt when I'm holding the cell phone? Why does my fingers feel like this when I'm using my mouse? And guess what? I don't have it. If I wear it, I don't have it. But if I don't ever wear it, which I never take it off, but there are times when I have, and I will instantly feel the energy within 20 minutes tingling in my
Wow.
fingers.
Wow. So how can people get in touch with you, Sherinata, after they watch what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, I would say, you can reach out to us if you have questions. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm everywhere with Corellia Creations, and you'll have the link there in your notes. And or you can reach out to us at hello@corelliacreations.com. And some people who know shungite is the word, that the mineral that we use. So um, you can just go to authenticshungite.com and come right to us that way. So either way, you can reach out to us.
Well, thank you very much for the work that you do and your dedication. You know, the common theme of all the vendors that we will have here is how much they care about others, how much they care about the health and well-being of others. And just, hearing you and your work and your determination is just fantastic. So thanks so much for what you do, and thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Bruce, and I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting.
Don't
Appreciate
forget to leave Saturday afternoon open for the vendors gathering, and also we do third Wednesday of the month with the holistic health guys get together the third Wednesday of the month at 5 o'clock at Salute. So you might want to put that on your calendar.
it. I don't know about that. Is that from the Holistic Chamber?
Well, we carried that on, and we've been meeting one every month ever since. No, it's not
Okay.
the chamber. It's not the chamber. It's a North Palm Beach Holistic Health Connections.
Well, I can probably find a friend and we can head on up there one night.
Yes, you'll
Would it be?
really enjoy it. Speak to Lauren more about that. But thanks again for being on the show. Bye bye, everybody, and we'll see you again next time. Take care, Sherinata.
Thank you. Take care. Bye, Bruce.
Bye bye.